kept strict.
But you didn't go to school.
And when I was growing up, I was like a pretty girl. I was very thin.
Were you?
I was
I
thin.
believe
And I had beautiful blonde, curly hair, wavy hair. In our family, all the blondes were wavy haired. And I was attractive, and all the boys liked me, all the fellas. Really now. We owned the bakery. At this time, we lived on 13. Maybe I was 15, 16 years old. Now, there was one girl, I was going to be a bridesmaid. One of my girlfriend's sisters was getting married. And now this is during the Depression, you know. And so she was going to be a bridesmaid, and they asked me to be too. As I said, I was about 14, I was about 15, I'd say 15, yeah. And so I said, of course. And I said, yeah, of course, you know, it's nice. And it was a nice big wedding and everything. Now, she was going to have, and we had the bakery. My friends, we all lived in the same neighborhood. Very, very good friends of mine lived like we had. Lucky across the street, there's this house. Those were like apartment houses, not really, also tenements, because they were in more big houses, you know, like we say, like where I live now. Or so anyway, now this girl Pauline lived in the same building that I lived, and she knew all the boys liked me, but she was older than me. And she was invited to the party because she was going to be a bridesmaid too. So, and the party was like in a, we'll say the Sons of Italy, like in a club, you know, they didn't run it was only an engagement party. And so at that time, they gave parties when you got engaged, you know. Some people did. But today, then for a while over here, nobody had parties. Now they're starting engagement parties again. So anyway, this girl, Pauline, her boyfriend was going, Jimmy, and he was a very good-looking fellow. So she said to, this Pauline said to my friend, Irish, they used to call her. She was Irish, and that was her nickname, a lovely girl. And my other friend, the bride's sister, was a very good friend of mine, and she told her, she said, whatever you do, when Jeanette comes to the engagement party, don't introduce her to Gregory. His name was Jimmy, and they called him Gregory. She said, because, you know, like she was afraid that he would fall in love with me or I would take him away from her. See, it was always that way, jealousy. So anyway, now my friends were big nuts. So the next day, Irish came and buy bread. She said, you know what, Jeanette, you know what Pauline said? I said, what? She said, whatever you do at the engagement party, don't introduce Jeanette to Gregory, you know, because then he might like her. And so she said, no. She said, what's the king tell me? A little while after, my other friend came, you know what Gregory said, what Pauline said, that we shouldn't introduce you to Gregory because he might fall in love with you. I said, oh yeah, wait till I see him. Now at that time there was like, we'll say Valentino, he was like Clark Gable, you know, like he was like, over here now there used to be like, we'll say, who was men that women like now? Like Cary Grant and, you know, like we'll say Paul Newman, women go crazy for them.